was a key part in the construction of Stonehenge. Until they realized he had the strength of an 80-year-old woman. Moving on, in 1066, Harold Wilberforce Rycroft was indeed a man who knew the neighbor of, someone in a bar, who knew the servant of, the man who knew the man who made the arrow that killed King Harold. What more into the breach, good friends? For England! For Harry! For St. George!
Oh, my eye!
Now, on to the Black Plague. You see, Ronald Harold Wilberforce Shakespeare Rycroft was indeed the first man to be inflicted. He was also the first man to grow the deadly belugas on his skin. But since then, not much really has happened that was very interesting in my family.
Excuse me, standing on one leg. You see, I'm half caste. Half of me in England, where my family are from. The other half from Hong Kong, where I was born and raised. Traditionally, I celebrated the Lantern Festival, which until now, I never knew why.
But Mother, why is it she who has to go?
Because her parents are too old to work now and she has to feed the family.
But she will miss her family too much and she wants to go to school.
But that is a responsibility she will have to take.
To be or not to be? That is the question. So, she was going to jump.
Mr. Easton inquires as to why she would do something so stupid.
She feels she's been mistreated at the palace for many years, and she has not seen her family for many more years.
Mr. Easton begs her to come down and promises he'll find some way to fix this.
She trusts Mr. Easton and they form a plan.
Mr. Easton calls over his most trustworthy friend.
Mr. Easton's friend enters Mr. Easton's house and sits down.
Mr. Easton tells Mr. Easton's friend that under no circumstances may Mr. Easton's friend repeat what Mr. Easton is about to tell him.
Mr. Easton promises Mr. Easton's friend that under no circumstances will he repeat what Mr. Easton is about to tell Mr. Easton's friend.
Mr. Easton says, on the 13th lunar day, a red fairy on the back of a black horse will ride to the city and burn it to the ground.
Mr. Easton's friend is shocked and then tells Mr. Easton that Mr. Easton's friend needs to pop out. On the 13th lunar day, a red fairy riding a black horse is coming to burn the city down, said Mr. Easton's friend.
And so she disguises herself as the Red Fairy, rides to the village with the decree of the fire in which would happen unless there was a deal made.
A messenger takes the decree from the Red Fairy and takes it straight to the Emperor's house. He is then asked to leave immediately and take advice from Mr. Easton on the problem at hand. The messenger enters Mr. Easton's house and asks him for advice on the problem at hand.
Mr. Easton has an idea. Mr. Easton has a crazy idea. Mr. Easton has a crazy idea that's just crazy enough it might work. What if the 13th lunar day were to be known as a public holiday? For all know there can be no fires on public holidays.
And so, the Lantern Festival was celebrated each year as a holiday, in which families were reunited. And that is what the Lantern Festival is.
I love it. What a plan. man comes together, said Mr. Easton.